Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Randy Shaves. We're going to do a shave this morning. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to be using Stirling's iced coffee. You notice it says it's got menthol in it. That's why it's called iced coffee. It's kind of cool, and I like that. I've also got the matching aftershave. This is kind of an older bottle, but that's okay. For the razor today, we're going green. I'm going to use my Dr. Squatch. Can you see that? Henson mild razor. I got this off someone online a few days ago, a couple weeks ago, whatever. But it looks good with the Stirling green, so that's what we're going to go with. For the brush today, I'm changing things up a little bit. I'm going to use a Boar brush. And this is it. This is the Omega 10049 Professional Boar. These are very, very well priced. You can get this brush for like $10, and they are a good boar brush, the best boar brush I think I've ever got a hold of. And I think what the reason I like it so much, it's got quite a bit of loft, and breaks in extremely easy. I've got another one. I've got a white one just like this that my daughter brought me back when she went to England. And she always tries to bring her dad something shaving related, so she went in a shop there and picked me the white one up. And I started using it, and I thought, man, this breaks in easy, and it's really a nice brush. So we're going to get started with it. It makes a heck of a lather. I've really been enjoying using these. Now, some boar is just not worth taking home, to be honest with you. But Omega on these, they've really got a good brush here. And I don't know exactly why it's called Professional Boar, but it is. But it sure does a good job. I think it's got like over 60 millimeters of loft, which makes it really splay out well, and it's just a good brush. I really like it. In my Dr. Squatch Henson this morning, I've got a Gillette Platinum. I can't remember what use. Let me look right quick. Okay, this is on its fourth use. You'll see my 3 dots there. So this is going to be use number 4. I can get it back in there without slicing my finger open, which I've done before. Okay, so here we go. Let's get started. These Gillette Platinum blades work very well in a Henson. Very well. Real smooth. They're sharp. They last. Like I said, this is the 4th use, and man, it feels like a new blade. Yeah, I didn't even know they made this green Dr. Squatch Henson razor, but I saw it online, and the guy that sold it to me, indicated it was kind of like a special edition just for the Dr. Squatch company, and they only made it in a mild version, which is great for me because that's what I like. Another thing about this brush is it's not a lather hog like a lot of Boar brushes are. But my daughter, she goes to England about once a year. She's got a friend over there. And she's always bringing me something. We went over there ourselves a couple of years ago. For a couple of weeks. I got to go in the Taylor of Old Bond Street store there. It's neat. I enjoyed that. They what surprised me is it's not on Bond Street. It's on German Street, Jermyn. So I don't know exactly why it's called Taylor of Old Bond Street. Maybe German Street used to be called Bond Street. Maybe that's it. Since it says Old Bond Street. The thing that surprised me about their store is it's not very big. It's actually a pretty small store. But man, it is packed to the gills with shaving gear. I'm telling you. They got all kinds of brushes and soaps and splashes and colognes, and even though it's not a very big store, you could stay in there all day looking. I was surprised when I saw it. I asked my daughter's friend when we walked up to it, I said, is this the only store they have? She said, yeah. I said, well, I thought it would be bigger than this, but it was nice. I enjoyed it. And that's in London. We didn't stay in London. We stayed in London 3 days, but most of our time was spent in Manchester. That's where we stayed. And we went to Scotland for a day or two, and we went to Wales for a day or two. It was just a nice trip. The only thing that made it a little bit hectic in London especially was, and this wasn't planned because we planned our trip way ahead of time, but it just so happened that the Queen died that week. So we were there when all that was going on. And man, you talking about a crowded place. Lord have mercy. They had a bunch of streets closed. It was something else. But it was still fun. But after that first 3 days, we went to Manchester. That's where our apartment that we rented was at. It's a good trip. we were going to go back this year, or last fall, and we changed our mind. Our daughter went, but we didn't go. Now, the part about London for me was, and that's where a bunch of the, well, I would say most of the, just about all of the tourist attractions are, is in London. You know, the Tower of London, the Buckingham Palace, all that stuff. But I've seen it now, and I don't think I'll ever go back to London. It's just too crowded and too busy. But it was fun to see all that stuff. But we've seen it. That's the way I look at it. I'll tell you something, if you ever go to the UK, do not miss at least taking a day trip to Wales. That's the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. It's breathtaking. Okay, you know what? I've sat here and jabbered long enough to get done shaving. Let me wet my rag. Okay. Got the soap off, got to get my alum. Seems like I always forget to get that out of the drawer. A lot of people don't use alum, but I like it. I've always used it ever since I started this. And I look back a few nights ago, and I've been doing this wet shaving thing for close to 9 years now. A lot of lather left in that bottle. And I've collected way too much stuff. I never thought I would get that wrapped up in this, but I do enjoy it, and I enjoy trying new things. I'll show you this brush I've been talking about here. Like I said, you can pick that brush up online for anywhere from $10 to $12. And gosh, it's just a great brush. I mean, I don't know how they sell them that cheap. I guess they sell a lot of them. And I've tried a lot of Boars, and that's really my favorite. And as I said, I think it has to do with the loft. I like a higher loft on any brush. I like the way it splays and all that. Let's see, I'm getting Dr. Squatch cleaned off for you. Is that, yeah, that's right side up. I don't know if you can see that. It's just barely engraved in that cap. There we go. It's not very deep. It's just barely in there. But it's just a regular Henson mild razor with this special color and with the Dr. Squatch on it. We used Stirling's iced coffee. We're getting ready to use the matching aftershave here, which is also cold. And if you know me, everything I've got's cold, because if it don't come cold, I make it cold myself. I melt these menthol crystals, and then I'll put them in with aftershave and mentholate my aftershave. But boy, that was a good one. Even on the fourth use of this Well, if I can get it out of there. Gillette Platinum blades. I like those. So, I guess that's it for today. Nice, close shave. Makes you feel good. So, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. They're still going up. I appreciate that a lot. And make a comment. Give it a thumbs up. And I'll talk to you guys the next time. Adios.